So today I wanted to share with you the beginning of what looks like is going to be our sidewalk coming from the garage. I always show you the ugly parts, but you know what? That's the way it is right now. All this sod is going to get dug up, and it's going to be a 4-foot sidewalk in brick once again, and it will be leading up to this part of the brickwork. Now, you haven't seen this before because this was all redone. He actually only did this yesterday. And what happened is he added another step down below, which I'll show you in a second. But right now, this is kind of what that spot looks like. And this is the bricks here. This isn't finished. So when you see, the bricks upside down here, that it's going to be a retaining wall, this is all going to have to get redone. It's all temporary. But that's what we do. We do everything about 10 times before we get a final result. So over here, I'm trying to show you on these steps. This was what he did last year, but about a month ago, he had to add another step right there because it was actually a bit too low. So that's where he ended up redoing this. And it's not finished, like I said, because he's going to be doing the sidewalk over there. And I just wanted to give you a little idea of what's gone on there. Down here, I don't remember if I showed you the bricks, the extra brickwork that we added here. So this was also done a few months ago. This here sidewalk used to come straight out to the gazebo. It was probably over this way. So all of this to the right, this is all new. This was actually a flower bed. I moved all the flowers over there. And that was a lot of work. We put all the trim down. So we actually have all of the trim all the way around everywhere now, including in the back. The arbor we put up earlier, probably about a month ago, and I added lights to it. And I planted some of this, I think it's called malva. I thought it was going to be about 2 feet tall, and it ended up to be, well, taller than me. It's probably about 6 feet in the tallest spots. It's also not where I would have put it if I knew it was going to get that big. I added some clematis down here, so this will hopefully grow next year. I added a grape, really tiny one down there. And hopefully that will grow. I'm just going to show you a few of the flowers here, since I'm out here anyway. And the dandelions, of course, that are growing. Those are bonus. So anyway, these are a lot of perennials in here. All the Alyssium I grew from seed. Some of the gorgeous lilies that come back this year. And again, things that I would not have put here if I knew how big they were going to get. These sunflowers, they were supposed to be 2 feet tall sunflowers. And they just overtook my flowers. My lavatera here. This, I believe, I grew from seed as well. And my zinnias down there. Those were from seed. All kinds of pretty little flowers. If I go over on the other side, these are the little plants that normally you would put in flower boxes, but I thought I'm just going to put them down here for coverage. And they grew. What I'm kind of happy about is my hydrangeas, because they are pretty. And they did come back from last year over the winter. The marigolds I planted from seed. These are the jumbo ones. And the calendula, I just threw a few in there and they overtook everything. Once again, my flower pots that you see there. Some of them are doing better than others. And the little plants here, there was nothing here. So we made the flower beds on the sides here after we put the sidewalk in. So this is all new. All these flowers here right now are all new for this year. And pretty much a lot of that over there is fairly new. And I know you probably can't see, but far off in the distance, we did plant a few more trees. They're not doing as good as I would like them to, but they're coming. And over here, my monk's hood fell down, but we had a big rainstorm last night. These were actually quite high, but now they're kind of getting to the end of the season here. But everything is lush and green. This is Zone 3, Alberta. I wasn't going to mix my brick part in with my garden for this video, but since I'm outside, I decided I might as well. I have a lot of weeds to pick. These are my grapes, climbing up the fence, and there is actually some grapes in there. This is my monk's hood. There's two different kinds, the purple and the, oh, there's my dog. Say, hey Bella. Hey Coco. I just come to say hello. Anyway, I'll just carry on here. The stone crop is doing absolutely amazing. These are probably, I would say they're about 3 feet across. And if you look closely, you're starting to get all the little pink in there. They're going to bloom a beautiful pink for the fall. And these are the, I call them the upside down lilies. These are gorgeous. At least I think they are. And the sunflowers look pretty happy up here. That was supposed to be my path to get to the raspberries, but again, everything is so overgrown here. It's unbelievable. Raspberries, we're going to have to pull out a whole bunch from in there that are done and let some of the newer ones grow. This is all viola. It overtook a lot of things in the garden. I'm going to be pulling a lot of that out and getting rid of it. It's just too much. Took away from my flowers. So some of my lilies, I love the big yellow one. That had a nice cluster. It's almost finished. Stargazers are starting to bloom and open up. And I got some dill that came up from seed. So everything's doing quite well. Rhubarb is ready to pick. I got some happy little bees there. Now, over here, my little Ohio buckthorn. Ohio buckeye, sorry. We put this one in this year. It's got these fancy little things up at the top. Over here, my little shed. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. We built that last year and decorated it a little bit the past year. I think I did a video on that. This here spot is all new this year. This is where he wanted to put the maples. And then he decided he was going to put junipers at the back, or cedars rather. So he did. And we've got more hydrangeas. This one is called Quick Fire Panicle Hydrangea. This will grow into a beautiful shrub. Lilies that I bought from Costco that I put in. Oh yeah, I forgot I put a tomato in here too, just for fun. Had no place to put it. The roses. The ornamental corn is starting to get corn. I actually put my gladiolas, I picked them and put them in the house because they kept falling over out here. So this is this little spot. And then I added some irises that were from the farm where I grew up. They were my mom's. And some other kind of like checker mallow, I believe. And those are those. Over here, we did plant another Ohio buckeye. And these are garden huckleberries. And they are starting to get the fruit on them, the berries on them. I made jam out of them last year. I didn't have them here, I had them in the garden, but they overtook everything. This is hops. Decided to climb all the way up the tree. It's crazy. I bet you that's about darn near 20 feet tall. And then more huckleberries here. Whether we get any this year, well, we are, but I don't know if they're going to live, if they're going to ripen in time. This is a maple we put in. Doing quite well. And other than that, it's pretty much most of the garden right now. I know it started off with the sidewalk that we're kind of doing. Hopefully we'll get that done before the end of the month, maybe by the end of the week, hopefully. Anyways, I'll give you an update, a real quick one, probably a short video in the future here, where you can see the finished work. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you're enjoying my videos. I'll start getting back to decorating, doing some tablescapes again in the very, very near future here. Thanks for watching.